Hello, namaste. In the beautiful, I'm in Oregon, Corvallis, Oregon, and I just want to share a few tidbits from my call this morning with a client. And basically, we're going over bhavanas. So if you've never heard of bhavana before, it's basically like a dream board, but in written form. And this is something that I learned in one of my yoga teacher trainings with David Adams at Yoga Jaya in Burbank, California. So shouts out. I know my teacher lives in Australia now, but he might watch this. So love you, David. And bhavanas. So basically it's like putting like a date, like writing a journal and putting a date that is future date from today. So we did December 2022. And it's like, what are the things he wants to create? What does he want to call into his life at that time? And then we wrote it out in present tense as if it's already happened. So a few of the things that he wanted to, this is my client, and he wants to sell his business. So, and he did put a specific number on it, like a net number that he wants to make, net worth afterwards, after he sells it. And I told him, I was like, okay, this number or something even better, right? Or what was it? We made it more clear on something even more abundant, right? And then also he wants to sell his home. And so it's like, again, like a net worth of a certain amount or something even more abundant, right? And then he also wants to write and perform a one-man show and bring in financial abundance and security and have an HBO special and then have a book created about it. So it's like, I've sold my business, I've sold my home, I've created this one-man show bringing in financial income, right? And then another thing that he really wants to do is bring his weight down, his physical body weight down to a certain number. And for this one, it was like, okay, I've brought my weight down and it continues to decrease in a healthy way, right? And so the important part about this aspect is, yes, we want all these things and we are 100% deserving of them. And it's so important to accept and love and appreciate where you're at today, right? Because if you're always like saying to yourself, oh, I'll be happy when I have these things, then you're actually creating resistance and limitations to your present moment. Oh, hello. Things are falling. Magic is falling and lots of noises. So apologies if you can hear all that. But basically, I asked him, I said, okay, where are you at now with your weight? As we're removing waste from our experience, right? And the trash man. Thanks for coming, trash man. We love you. Okay. It's like surrendering to things I have no control over, right? So I tuned into him and I said, okay, well, where are you at now? What is your relationship to your weight right now in this present moment? And he was vulnerable and shared that he has a lot of shame. And so it's like, I think that's something that many of us can relate to. And so I encouraged him to step out of his own way and let me speak directly to his shame. And, I asked him to get out of his rational mind and things not needing to make sense, right? So when I'm speaking directly to his shame, it was like, what color is it? It's red. And then I asked his shame, like, what does the shame want to be heard and seen and felt? Just like all other aspects of ourselves or even of people. Like if a friend shows up and we're resistant to them and we don't want to hear them, like they're going to be like, what the heck? Like, I came here to hang out with you and you're ignoring me, right? And so same thing, it's like this aspect of shame around weight, his relationship to weight. And so I gave like the platform for shame to show up and step up on the platform and have the mic, right? Because he wants to have a one-man show. And so it just related to him in a really nice way. And the shame was talking about weakness and powerless and feeling out of control, and he never asked for this, and he hates all the attention, and it's a constant battle. It's like others judging him, and he wished he didn't have to worry, right? It's like, I wish I didn't have to worry. And even in that statement, we're recognizing that we're aware that we worry about this and that we don't want to. So now it becomes a choice. Oh, I realize I worry about this. And then it's like, do I want to keep worrying about this, or can I let it go? Like, that's also an option. That's an opportunity, a possibility. So his new mantra is, I have compassion, acceptance, and appreciation for my current weight, right? Acceptance, it's like, okay, the weight, typically it's like comfort and security, right? People even have weighted blankets for comfort and security and feeling safe. So it's like, this weight has brought me to where I am today. And I'm going to appreciate it for where it's gotten me to up to this point, right? And appreciation, it's like, thank you. I was doing the best that I knew how at the time. And now I think I will take control. Like, I got the reins again. And then compassion, right? Compassion for where we've been. Like, the compassion, like, at that time in my life, I didn't know how to handle it, or as a child, or process things, or trauma, or experiences. And it's like compassion for where I'm at today. It's like, whew, I love you, self-compassion. Even with the weight, it's like we all have areas where where there's room for improvement, right? I don't want to label them as problems or issues. I just like to say, this has room for improvement in my life. And so for him to feel empowered that he has choice, and for him to also do things differently, right? He says that he's tried so many things, and exercise and diets and, different aspects of how to lose weight, and none of them have worked. And so I asked him, are you willing to get uncomfortable and unfamiliar and be vulnerable and do things differently? And he said yes. So his new mantra this week is, I have compassion, acceptance, and appreciation for my current weight. And you can even like put that in, like put a blank, like no label there. Like for him it's weight, but for someone else it could be something different. So I encourage you to add in your own, whatever it is that you're struggling with, and to support you in that way, and to allow yourself to do things differently and to explore being vulnerable. Much love. Bye.